Hello and welcome to Buzz Off. My name is Oli Chapman. I am Solution Area Director for Networking and Security at Computacenter. This is a web series that is designed by our customers for our customers. I've got some cue cards. Look, I'm a proper presenter. So we have pre-selected 3 buzzwords or phrases that our guest is not allowed to say. We have a different partner on each time, and if they say it, you will hear this noise. If they mention all 3 buzzwords, I will forcefully eject them from the studio. This week's buzzwords and phrases are converged, innovation, and singing off the same hymn sheet. This week's guest is Justin Brooks, Vice President UK&I at Zscaler. He's an ex-military man, so I'm a little scared about potentially having to forcefully eject him. Justin, welcome to Buzz Off.
Thanks, Oli.
How are you feeling?
Great. It's good to be here with you, as always.
Relaxed?
I am.
Comfortable?
I am. I've been looking forward to it.
No intimidation?
None.
Right, okay, well, perfect. Look, we'll launch into it. So,
Great.
I'm going to ask you some key questions. There's about 7. Remember, the rules are you've got to get through it, no buzzwords,
Terrific.
Otherwise we'll hear the buzz. Right, so first question, what keeps you at Zscaler?
Well, first off, let me thank you for me joining you today. What keeps me at Zscaler, it's a couple of different things. One is our customers. What personally excites me and keeps me motivated is being able to go in with customers and understanding what's driving their business outcomes, and then how can we support that. We're solving real problems. We're able to help them increase their top line revenues in various ways, decrease their operational costs and mitigate risks, and many times with some of the largest companies on the global stage. The other thing is working specifically at Zscaler is the innovation. Not just already.
Unbelievable. Can you believe it straight away?
I barely made it in.
Right, you need to be careful now because you've got 2 more chances and then otherwise I'm going to have to forcefully eject you from the studio. So, right, innovation, we've had it, we've ticked that box. So anyway, carry on.
All right, is the breadth of the platform and the development that goes into it.
Yep.
It's not just about resilience from the edge. It's about more than that, and it's about protecting the global landscape, how companies are operating within different geographic remits, how they're indoctrinating new technologies. So addressing all of those problems and Zscaler staying on the forefront is incredibly motivating and exciting for me.
Excellent. Well, great answer. Why Computacenter and Zscaler together for our customers?
Yeah, you and I were having a conversation off camera a minute ago, and we were talking about people, right? And I think everything starts with people. Business starts with people, both internally, the relationships that we develop with our customers. And when I think about the partnership, it starts with this great partnership at a personal level. Yeah. We do a lot of planning together. We do a lot of planning as organizations. We do a lot of preparation and put a lot of thought into our customers and what are their outcomes, even before that first meeting. Yeah. Where are we going to spend our time? And through that, we're able to solve a lot of problems. Yeah. Right? We're able to deliver on a lot of outcomes together. I think we do an amazing job at bringing the technology. You all, though, with managed services and the advice and relationships that you have with customers, it all comes together, and many times that results in almost a seamless engagement in our partnership, and that's just really special.
No, I love that, and I think it sounds like it's care, right? I think that's what matters collectively. So, what makes us unique to enterprise organisations, to the big customers?
Collectively, us together, it's delivery. It's kind of expanding on what I was saying earlier. We put a lot of thought, a lot of care into how we're going about solving problems for our customers, understanding what moves the needle. That technology just doesn't need to be sold for the sake of technology or purchased for the sake of technology. Yeah. That it's understanding those business outcomes, and I think that's always at the forefront in how we engage with one another, and then how we engage with our customers. So that's a special thing we do together.
Okay. Great. And you mentioned, so you see a lot of customers, your team sees a lot of customers as well, especially very senior stakeholders.
Correct.
What's a question that every CIO should be asking their teams right now?
Yeah, they should be taking a look at are we status quo, or are we, what's another word for innovating? I'm not going to say that one again.
No, that's not allowed.
But are we staying on the precipice of new technology to address this new state of the world?
Yeah.
It's not what it was 2 years ago or 5 years ago, or certainly not 10 years ago. The old way of doing things through, castle and mode or VPNs, it's evolved greatly. And so I think, that senior leaders, including ourselves, right, really need to take a look at how we're addressing, the new world. You've got AI, you've got IoT, OT, you've got more and more of a remote workforce. The stage is very different now, and so thinking about not only how do I adjust and address and be resilient in this new world, but also thinking about consolidation and do I really need to over-architect? I can simplify that. There's platforms like Zscaler out there that can solve so many problems for me, like DLP or AI or branch.
So I love the approach you're taking to this, Justin. I almost feel like you're fishing for buzzwords every now and again. I think you're playing an aggressive game here. I like it. Right, one card down, one buzzword. So next question. When you think about impressive outcomes that we have delivered for customers, so things like saving money, saving time, you already mentioned some of those things. What's the use case that springs to mind? Yeah,
there's a lot, and I do need to be careful about using some names. A lot of times by the nature of what we do, it's sensitive. But one of the things that I think I'm most proud of is that how we've responded when there are incidents that take place, and we need to come in and support our customers together. I think we've done an amazing job doing that. When I also think about some of the delivered outcomes, a lot of it's taking companies from legacy to new, and what we've been able to deliver together is a lot of cost savings, plus protection, and better agility. And so I'm really proud of that. And then another one that comes to mind is a company where we were able to really help increase the top line, which was through M&A activity. We were able to increase their M&A and route to revenue by about 75%. And that's significant. Looking at some of those soft numbers as they're applied back, they become hard numbers. What they invested paid for itself tenfold, right? So those are some of the ones.
I know that's a key, isn't it? Is how you can help our customers to accelerate their business.
That's right.
Well, right? Okay. How important is AI to Zscaler right now?
It's incredibly important. It should be, and it is to everyone. But AI is the buzzword of all buzzwords.
It is. It would be unfair to include that.
It would be unfair. But it is real, and it's not just from the aspect of how do you incorporate. All CIOs need to be asking this question: is how do I get all the benefits out of AI? How do I get the efficiency, and how do I get the productivity? And unfortunately, in many cases, how can I offload some capital expenditures or operational expenditures through AI? But the question that needs to be asked at the exact same time is, what is my risk profile? Yeah. Right? And how do I prevent data leakage? Because a lot of times there's not a lot of control. There's not a lot of governance. There's really no past example of how to do this. So when you're saying we need to apply a governance structure, what are you modeling it after? You're really starting from scratch there, and you need the expertise of companies like yours, companies like Zscaler, to help you with that model so that you can reap the benefits and provide the protection. The other side of that is the security attacks are getting more advanced. We've already seen AI-generated attacks take place. And I'll tell you, right on the heels of that is quantum computing. Quantum is going to break RSA. It's going to break, the blockchain. So, you're going to need quantum technologies. You need to be thinking about, what's next with quantum. So AI is the start, and we really are in the infancy. We are just getting started. Companies are just getting started, but we got to act now, and companies need to act now.
And that leads us on really nicely to our kind of final formal question, which is, what excites you most about Zscaler's portfolio and the roadmap that you're seeing?
Yeah, it comes down to platform. I look at the new technology that we're introducing into the technologies, or into the platform. These are things that we're developing. You look at some of the acquisitions that we've made around browser and AI security. It's really exciting. So really expanding out into not only the AI security space, but I mentioned the branch resilience earlier. Data loss prevention. There's so much there that we can solve for customers. The power really is in the platform, and that's the big differentiator for us. It's not just about securing the edge. There's much more to that.
And it takes out, to your point, those point technologies. It saves money. It saves time.
Absolutely.
It helps our customers to operate in a far more efficient way. Hey, look. You made it through the core questions.
Only
so
one.
That's pretty good. Only one. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Good effort. Thank you for joining me.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated.
Amazing to be here.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
We made it. One buzzword. I'm pretty sure he was playing buzzword lottery. He played a very aggressive game. I quite liked it. Congratulations, Justin. It was great spending the time with you. We will be back next time with some more buzzwords, different guest. Thank you for watching.